Hello and welcome back to me playing Dark Souls 2. In the last episode, I believe we fought the Flexile Sentry. It was a rather flexile boss. This time around, I said that I would go on with the Bastille, but I stopped and think about the whole situation. I do have this Ferrous Lockstone, which I can use in the Bastille, but there is two Ferrous Lockboxes that I would like to use in the Bastille. And I only have one, and I would like to get the other. Also in the last episode, if I'm not mistaken, I said treasure. Let's get all the treasures. Now, this episode we're gonna go do something very different, and that is through this place. I believe I mentioned that the light implies that Lycia of Lindelt came here. So there's that. Keep in mind, Lycia is from Lindelt, Ardrakes are from Lindelt. Lindelt rivaled Vendrick and their kingdom. Anyway, I think large soul of a nameless soldier gives me 1000 soul each, and I need 2000 souls for having Lycia do something for me. Exactly. And Lycia is going to kindly open up the door to one of my friends' favorite areas in the world. That is, by the way, sarcasm. Hello, Lycia.
Oh, hello there. An honor to see you again. This room is not as it seems. There are two, not one pathways leading out.
No kidding.
And only this lovely thing reveals the other path. And this, you lovely thing, only runs on miracles.
Oh, then I'm just gonna cast a miracle
Shall
and...
I provide you with one?
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast a miracle and everything will be fine. Or she could just move the path for 2000 souls. Let's go with this one. Look closely. Power of miracles. Power of miracles.
Go ahead then.
Lycia is quite a badass.
May the power of miracles be with you.
Thanks a lot, lady. Thanks.
Offer your souls to the gods.
I will offer my souls to Jesus. All the fates to Jesus. I want to go fate with this character. Spoiler! This opens a path to, as I said, one of my friends' favorite areas in the game, sarcasm intended. The Huntsman's Copse. Copse. Call the cops. We're going to the Copse. I really don't know how to pronounce that word, but you'll see it soon enough. There is an NPC here, and you can talk to him, and he will trade you hexes if you have 8 intelligence and 8 faith. His name is Felkin the Outcast. Yo.
I don't know who you are, but leave me be. The frailty of the weak disrupts the dark.
Swear to God, if I got a coin for every single one of these dork hoodies in video games, I would be a rich man. There's at least 10 of them in Dota. So yeah, Felkin the Outcast, literally Invoker from Dota, joins us in the quest of Dark Souls 2, in selling hexes. He actually... I believe he's a bit shy, actually, as a character. Anyway, there is a bonfire here, no need to rest at it, because we killed absolutely nothing, so our durability is intact. There's these guys here, but I don't know for sure if they attack you. I know for sure there is one that is going to be very aggressive at us, and that is this guy. And I know for a fact there is going to be Poison Butterfly here that wants to die a lot. Kill these motherfuckers, guys. You can, in theory, drop down there. By the way, there is another butterfly straight there. We would have killed it anyway later. And there should be a third butterfly over there, but we cannot hit it from here, I believe. So, there is that. We're gonna go there, though. Don't worry. First, we're gonna do some explorations. Yeah, these guys that sit down, they're not aggressive particularly. Our next bonfire is down there, and you might think, yeah, that's quite a short path. Well, depends. It is quite a short path from the previous bonfire, and I've heard online complain about that, but at the same time, if you explore well, and if you do it the right order, you're gonna be grateful for that bonfire, guys. You will be grateful for that bonfire. Also, I'm doing a lot of damage, I like that. There's archers down there. Just get close to this door, let that thief destroy it. Oh! It didn't lock on, that's why I actually retreated there. You can destroy this for more lightness. And you can see that there's actually 2 archers down there. Hopefully this is helpful. Monster ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see this message, if it's helpful. Jumping ahead. I would add also, and then try plunging attack, because you'll see. If you want to get the treasure for that jump, there is 2 ways to do it. There is the unconventional way, which we're gonna use, and there is also the conventional way, which we'll never be using, because I'm a lazy man. Or this view ahead. I do agree, this is actually a very nice view. I like the birds in the distance. In theory, it doesn't make a lot of sense, because this area is someplace between the Forest of Fallen Giants and the Drang Lake Castle. What can I do about that? Can I do anything about that? No, I can't. That is our goal. That is what we're wanting to get. And I might die here, because, you know, jumps in these games are not particularly a thing I'm good at. And this jump in particular is a scary motherfucker. You take sprint here. You have to jump a bit diagonally, and then you have to plunge. Nope, that was too late. You see, the problem is there is a Pharaoh's Lockstone among a token of fidelity there. The token of fidelity allows you to talk to Targray, the dude in the Cathedral of Blue. And that is a bit it's a bit sad that I cannot actually retrieve it right now, but I'll try to make that jump again. For some reason it didn't want to plunge at the right moment. I pressed R1, but it just didn't want to plunge. But that's the safest way to do it. If you actually skip it, skip the plunge, you might just roll straight down to hell. Swear to God, Butterfly, you're gonna die. Alright, now there is some jumpings that needs to be done. You can go there, retrieve those. What is probably gonna be poison moss. There is an enemy down here. He can be dangerous, but not that dangerous. He's a torturer wielding a halberd spear helix weapon. Just be careful of his attacks. He usually does 3 attacks. Or 2 if he does that spin, I suppose. 1, 2... he did the spin again. Do the other attack. 1, 2... No, just do the other attack, you motherfucker. There we go. These enemies... Ow. These enemies are incredibly weak to thrusting attacks, by the way. So if you use arrows... Ow. You motherfucking asshole. If you use arrows, that's gonna be a good way to handle him. Other than that, thrusting weapons or the strong attack of the two-handed longsword, this will all work very well. They're not that tanky, but they do a lot of damage. Poison moss heals us up from poison. I believe I bought some at Gavlan already. Who are you? I, Gavlan. Ricard Rapier. Oh, this is an interesting item. An exquisitely decorated rapier said to belong to a prince who appears in an ancient tale. There are numerous variations of the story of the prince who wandered the lands and eventually became undead. The majority of these tales end in tragedy, but there are some exceptions. There's no exception. We friggin' murdered that man. We just friggin' murdered that man in the first game. That's what happens. He's hollowed. He probably was one of the many victims of Sans Fortress. I got probably the wet debuff from buff debuff, actually. I don't know if we can see it, but if we go to our inventory... No, that's not the right button. Yeah, you can see my lightning resistance here is 0 and my fire resistance is incredibly high. That's what happens when you're wet. Do be careful. Do be very careful. If you're doing PvP, you might be very careful if you're in a wet area. But you can also use that to exploit your own strengths, you know. Did I loot everything down there? Did I take the loot down? I don't know, man. Either way, if we took this path this way and we open this door... Still you have to use the action key or button. Oh yes, we're here again. Where's the other archer? There you are. Ow. Ow! No! No! Not a bukkake! Not a bukkake! Don't give me a bukkake. We had one of these already for XCOM. We don't want to repeat that. There we go. Copse zombies bukkake. By the way, important to mention, the Copse, it was intended to be hunting grounds for the undead. Humans hunted the undead. Quite something. And I love how Epic Name Bro handles this next situation. And I do it too. Ever since I saw him handle this, I try to emulate him. Although I might not have enough damage to do it. We'll see. No! Well... I did not hit him, but I scared him so much that he actually returned down there. And he was like, oh, why not? In New Game Plus there is actually a red phantom up there. To be careful. I've just recently started playing New Game Plus and I must say I am enjoying the shit out of it. It's so good. It's hard, but it's really, really satisfying. And guess what? We're back here. We did not rest at the bonfire, meaning that we get another chance at this without having to kill everyone. Good! The other way is through that bridge. There is a hole there, you can jump down there and then jump here. But I suppose this is... I swear to God this is the easier path. We're gonna use the homeward bone and go back to the bonfire because I don't want to walk all the distance again. Alright, time to continue on the Copse. Make sure to rest at the bonfire if you haven't already, because when you return to the bonfire, it will, or rather, when you use a homeward bone, it will respawn the enemies, but it won't rest you at the bonfire. You will still have the same quantity of Estus, and you will have the same durability in your weapons. The reason why they did this is because there is a secret, not really achievement, but there is a secret in the game to complete it without resting at a single bonfire. If you actually manage to do that, you are a champion, but I swear to God it's easier to do it if it's in New Game Plus. There's also an achievement for completing the game without dying a single time. And these two challenges give you 2 rings. One that makes your weapons invisible and one that makes your body invisible, I think, is the reward. Before I go, there is a couple of these barfly guys that want to die a lot. There we go. There should be another one in the forest. Or maybe another 2, I'm not sure. Down there. Is Micro Pudge coming to us? Alright, taken care of. Yo, Pudge! Come at me! Come on, do your hook attack. Not this one. I guess that works too. Oh shit! They're dangerous, by the way. You better take care of them the way we took care of the Ironclads. Take your freaking time. Don't rush them. You should be fine overall. More poison mosses, which are gonna come in handy, especially in the next area that we're going to visit soon. There is a couple of butchers down there. I don't know what to call them. Hey, my message has been rated. Which one was it? Try attacking and then joy. Yeah, that's usually a good advice that I can give. At this point, people will stop rating messages. When I created my first character on the PC version, I've had so many ratings, it's insanity. Seriously. I could afford there to be greedy, but I need to be careful because there is another butcher hunter thingy here, and he's accompanied by a couple of those undead. That is actually a very deadly attack. And those undead are sitting around in the zone, minding their own business, but if you get too close, they will actually draw aggro and stand up and try to attack you. Dramatic coups. Don't mind if I do, even if we're actually gonna unlock the merchant for the aromatic ooze very, very soon. Life gem, poison moss. No! Alright. Small blue burr. All these burrs actually grant resistances to elements. Blue, of course, gives the blue burr gives, of course, resistance to your. Did I pick up here the Morning Star? Yes. Gives resistance to your magic. The orange one gives resistance to fire. That one is gonna be particularly useful very soon. In a couple of bosses, it's gonna be very, very useful. Ho ho ho. In fact, 3 bosses. I intend to kill at least 2 bosses in this episode, and they're both rather easy, but both involve certain tricks and patterns. There are no pinwheels, let's put it that way. I died to pinwheel, I should shut up. You know it's a good time to uninstall Dark Souls on your computer when you die to pinwheel. As long as you have fast attacks, these guys are not a problem. They are absolutely not a problem. There is a bridge here. By the way, there is 2 bridges. 3 bridges, actually. One of them is down here. That one is the one we crossed to enter this zone. There is another one here, which leads to that area. That is the Undead Purgatory. We're gonna return there. Don't worry. There is some looting that needs to be done there. And I like the zone. The boss being my favorite boss in the game, by far. It's a very interesting area. It's very optional, and it is the home to a covenant. Basically, the Red Phantom Covenant is homed in the Undead Purgatory. And we're gonna go there eventually, but not today. For the time being, we're gonna go through the Copse, I don't know. And we're gonna deal with the assholes in here. Is this iron arrows that I'm using? Yes, I'm gonna use wooden arrows, actually. Do not pull the lever, there's gonna be this asshole coming down here. Kill him first. I wonder if he drops actually a special thief armor, because the color of his armor is different than the other guys, I think. Let me check the other guys that I've killed. Yeah, see, it's different. That one is silvery, this one is actually brown. I wonder if it's just different sets and they drop differently. I do like the thief armor set, but the one you get is the brown version, and it's kind of bloody, and I don't like it a lot. Vision of misfortune. Yeah, that sounds painful. Hurrah for misfortune! That's locked. I think it's hooray, by the way. I failed. Having some lag issues here and there, but it's not too terrible. I think I can handle it. And that behind that locked door, there is actually a bonfire. There is a bonfire which we'll want to be getting. Game, stop. Please, stop stuttering so much. I'm trying to upload quality content on the tuber, you know? Yes, there is this thief, but I first wanna... Oh, shit. Yeah, how about I drink an Estus? You don't mind me. Perfect. You go... Ow! Whoa! Game? Alright. That was rather uncalled for. There was a lot of stuttering there. Before we go down there, there is a bunch of enemies down there. We're gonna go here where there is an ambush. I will try, but I will fail. There is a sparkling lizard there. Usually it's best to kill him with spells. Ah, shit. Ah, damn it. God damn it. There is an ambush here. Be very careful of the area here. There's an archer, there is a clubman, and there is a dagger thief. They're all thieves, by the way. It's just that they use different weaponry. I guess there is several different colors to this armor, but you get only the brown version, which is kind of lame. I like the silvery the best. I'm a picky man. I'll take my bow out because there's an archer here. Oh! Alright, we're gonna take care of him downstairs then. Fine with me. As long as you take this area very easily, it's not hard by any stretch, but there is one thing that makes it a tiny little bit harder, and you either want some space for that occurrence, because, well, you'll see. We're gonna get essentially our first NPC invasion. I think it's our first, anyway. Yeah, we didn't get any at the Bastille, did we? Wharf, either. No, I think it's the first one of the many NPC invasions. There is a difference between NPC invasion and red phantoms present in the wilderness of the game, by the way. This counts as an actual invasion, and if you're in the Covenant of Champions, you're gonna get an O-stone for it. O-stone. Not O-stone. O-stone! It's an O-stone. It's like you're very odd to get. I don't even know. Poison arrows, and this is the key that opens that bonfire down there. That lockaway key. Yeah, no. Bye. Alright, the NPC invasion is up next. I do believe there is absolutely nothing on the way to that NPC invasion. So we're gonna rush where the NPC summons. We will not be able to stab the NPC as far as I know. Merciless Serena. She's in... Ah, hello! Welcome to our world. The world of the living, Merciless Rena. You saw that, it wasn't my eyes playing tricks there, wasn't it? It still has some issues, this game, guys. This game has some issues still. Don't worry about it. Alright, so now we're gonna open a shortcut. There is a boss fight over here. It's a rather easy boss fight, but I still want to open the shortcut and get to that bonfire, because we still haven't rested at it. And before I do that, I'm gonna swap my offhand weapon with my main hand weapon, because mine is about to break. There is a mage over there. I wonder if I can pinpoint him down before, because any issues. He's a necromancer, by the way. He will respawn these guys. They're not particularly hard to kill, but if you have trusting weapons, you might have some issue. Don't trust in the trust against the skeletons. He's reviving them. Okay, I think I might have killed them in time. Yeah, I got a lot of souls there, so I indeed killed... Ow! That is the trickiest one, because he is on an island and you have to hop on him if you don't have any ranged weaponry. If you have spells, it's easy as fuck. Just attack him. We're gonna get combustion here and a few Titanite shards, so that's nice. I wonder when I'm gonna get myself a longbow. If even I should upgrade a longbow. I don't know yet. We'll see. There's a skeleton here. No, it's not. Okay, never mind. Flame butterfly. It's an item that self-ignites torches, even if there is no fire source. They should actually add a spell that does that too. And there is another necromancer here. Yeah, this one was easy. You can kill the skeletons as they're still returning to life. Ow. You see that guy? That is a curse bot. You can hear it laugh. If you stay too close to it, it will curse you. It's not killing insta-kill, as I said, but it's pure assholery, so be careful of that. There's an alternative way inside here, and that's pretty much all about the Copse, really. There is nothing else on the Copse, other than this NPC in the bonfire room. We're gonna rest at the bonfire, repair our weaponry that way, and we're gonna fight the boss! Hello, NPC.
Who are you? I thought you were that bastard for a moment. You've set me free. Now I can find him. The cheeky prick. He won't know what hit him. I am Creighton of Mirror. I travel from land to land to hone my blade. I've heard this land was full of danger. I thought it would suit me perfectly. I joined forces with a man on the way, but he was no more than a backstabbing knave. He took the first chance he had. to try and off me. I decided to set a trap for him here. But then I got trapped myself.
Good job.
I can't believe that I was so dense. Thank the stars that you came along. You be careful of him. Pate, I think he said. He wears this rather unusual ring. You'll know it when you see it. I've seen his type before. He kills entirely for the pleasure of it. I'm sure I won't be his last victim. The man's better off dead. I tell ya, he's a slick talker, so don't let him fool ya. Pate, the man with a strange ring. Watch out for the slimy rat. And don't you believe a word he says. I'll find a common footbed and put an end to his roguery.
Fist bomb gesture.
Pate,
Alright, so... We know Pate, and he said that he was with a gent, and he still had the gent's ring. Although Creighton here says that the ring belongs to Pate, and it is a very unusual ring. Who to believe? Who to believe? Oh, there is also a pot that I didn't break there, by the way. But yeah, skeletons return to life. The necromancers stay out. How did that not hit you? Ow! That works. Did I kill all of them? Good, good. Destroy this pot. Make sure that the pot doesn't curse you. Magic mace and a titanite shard. The magic mace is very, very nice. It's very nice. It's where is it? It's a mace, but it is already enchanted with magic. It will do half magic, half physical damage. So if you're actually an intelligence character with some strength to wield this weapon, and you don't need a lot of strength to wield that weapon, ow, you're gonna have an easy time, let's just put it that way. Skeletons absolutely get wrecked by crushing weapons. Crush, I think it's called crush damage, crush, I'm not sure. Oh, I stabbed that guy, alright. They do several attacks there, but... No, no. Alright. Human effigy, that was really nice. That's a free human effigy for me. I don't mind if I do. I don't think there is any more enemies, so the way to the boss is clear. Let's swap back my longsword +6, and here we're gonna put our longsword +4. I'm gonna two-hand the shit out of this too. Very Estus. These. And since we're gonna get a merchant for our magic oozes soon, we might as well use this one. Skeleton Lords. The two spooky lords. I've never to date died to this boss. They're rather easy, but don't get fooled. Every time you die, you kill one of the lords, they're gonna spawn a bunch of skeletons that are gonna be mad. They don't do a lot of damage. None of these guys do a lot of damage. But do be careful. Kill the pyromancer, the mage, that guy down there. Last, always. Reason being, he's gonna summon a sort of skeletons that we know and do not love at all. So there is that. You have a lot of time, the skeletons are mostly slow. So do not be afraid to fight them. Alright, that takes care of two lords. As long as that other one is down there, we're fine. These guys will cast down nimble skeletons. Those earlier were, I believe, Falchion skeleton warriors. These are Estoc skeletons. Or maybe Mailbreaker? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna use this life gem. Gonna Got me there, son. Alright. Stamina management up top. Perfect. Bone wheel skeletons! Oh shit, yeah. They do not drop their weaponry. But they're as deadly as they've always been, so... That's why you have to defeat them one at a time. The lords. Skeleton Lord Soul. Awesome! That went really well. I'm satisfied with how that went. We're gonna go back to our shield. We're gonna take this, a Lauron skull. It might come in handy at one point, for sure. And the exit is through here. We're done with the Huntsman Copse. That's really good. For the time being, until we go to the Undead Purgatory, we're done with it anyway. There's gonna be this huge-ass breach, which I suppose is another loading area. By the way, I'm not sure if this building where you fight the Skeleton Lords is the same building that you get to with archers and all that when we first enter the Copse. I'm not geographically convinced. I should draw a mental map, or possibly draw even a map myself to see if they're connected. That would be very interesting if they're connected. And through here we're going to go to what my dear friends define as California. There we go. The textures didn't load in there. Swear to God, the textures didn't load in. This is basically Lighttown, only that this one is open. Harvest Valley is open. It's a mine. A mine filled with poison. There we go. Here we're gonna meet ourselves, the flirtatious vagabond.
Are you a traveller? I'm Chloanne, an ore-stone trader. I travel about collecting rare stones, which I sell to make my living. I never planned to visit this God's forsaken place, but I don't know. I just sort of ended up here. I must have just wandered in. But now that I'm here, I've been scouting around for rare bits. Oh, don't look at me like that. Many of these stones are quite useful. For instance, certain stones are used in smithing. Oh, now your ears prick up. I've extras if you can pay. This is my trade, after all.
She is going to sell you, well, a bonfire ascetic, among other things, titanite shards. Also soul a piece, which is a miracle that does stuff, inflicts heavy damage on mindless hollows. And then again, hex that casts a dark flame upon corpses, causing them to combust violently.
I came here in search of rare stones, but the place is nothing like I was told. All this poison, and you can't get very far inside. Don't just go haplessly wandering about. These stones may look all the same, but to the trained eye, each is unique. Some of them are used to smith weapons and armor, and some unique stones provide special benefits. Some of them are extremely rare and should be used with great thrift. None of the differences are easily spotted, but I've learned quite a lot, really. Drang Lake. How is it that I ended up here? It's funny. I can't seem to remember. I've searched every nook and cranny here. I suppose it's time to move on. Perhaps we'll meet again, if we live that long. I suppose it's about time I moved shop.
See you later, clan. Okay, I'm gonna equip myself some binoculars, because there has been some going-ons with developer and stuff. That doesn't make a lot of geographical sense. That is the peak of this place. This tower here is called Earthen Peak. You can see there is a fog wall down there, and that is gonna be actually the second bonfire of Earthen Peak. There is some loot up there, and that is where actually, the center of where I'm aiming at right now, is where you actually fight the last boss of Earthen Peak. Afterwards, you take an elevator that does not take you to the top. It takes you to a whole new area, but here is the thing. What if that elevator takes you only to that point of the Earthen Peak, and then you go through a corridor to that mountains? If you play this game, you know what the whole deal is about. It wouldn't make a lot of sense because from the area you go to, you don't see Earthen Peak, you don't see the Harvest Valley. But it could be possible. That elevator doesn't take you to the sky limit, you know, it doesn't take you to the peak of Earthen Peak. Just an idea. Well, if we were fighting Pudge from Dota earlier, now we're gonna fight Alchemist from Dota. This game is only a reference to Dota, apparently. Oh yeah, yes. Before we do that, there is a skeleton here that is guarding some corpse. No, no! Get some life gem. These guys can be tricky. They have a magic attack, a dark magic attack, that can kill you very fast. But their disadvantage is that they're rather slow. Ow. I got poisoned. I don't care. You can use life gems to counter the poison, so there is that. We're gonna loot this place up. One life gem is barely not enough to heal you up from poison. 2 life gems already start healing you up. Keep in mind, if you reach maximum health, you will lose the effect of life gems. The life gem effect ends immediately once you get to full health. As any other healing item actually, so there is that. That's useful to know in particular areas, but this pit is mostly filled up with fading souls and some Titanite shards, but there is not only Titanite shards. There is this chunk here. That's rather important because it's our first chunk, meaning that we'll be able to upgrade our longsword to... Oh, I managed to actually reach that without getting poisoned. That's really useful. We're actually gonna be able to upgrade our sword to +7, so that is nice. Fragrant branch of yore. Ho ho ho, this is important. This is a very important item. A fragrant tree branch with a faint sweet smell restores the life of things turned to stone. Extended inhalation of this branch scent can lead to coughing and nausea. And we'll find that out very soon. Hello, Gavlan.
Gavlan know you.
Yes, yes you do, sir. It's important to notice that the Ring of Giants, every time he moves, will cost 1,000 souls more. We might as well buy it now. We're gonna buy a bunch of these. Let's spend some souls at Gavlan, friend Gavlan. Is this enough for him to give me the item?
With Gavlan, you deal. Much deal. These you take, for you.
Gurm Great Axe. Thanks, Gavlan. You are a true brother. Do I have anything in particular that I can sell to Gavlan? Cloth machetes. Is there anything else that I can really give him without feeling too guilty about? Do you have any upgraded version of rings? Not really. Not yet. Huh. I can give Fading Souls. I mean, I have 6 of them, each gives me 50 souls. Not that I get anything for trading him these things, but you know. Just a general idea. If I have anything to sell him, I will sell him. Broken Straight Sword, I don't need it. Broken Thief Sword, I absolutely don't need it. Bandit's Knife, no thanks. This is the item that he gave us. 50 strength! Yeah, that's a bunch. That's a bunch of strength. Yeah, I think this is it for now. Thanks, Gavlan.
Many deal, many thanks.
It's worth mentioning the fragrant... not the fragrant branch of yours, sorry. The Ring of Giants and Poise in this game is not extremely useful. But despite that, it's fine. I will get poisoned here because I didn't consume any common fruits, and there is no way in hell right now I have enough resistances to resist the poison. Up here, we're gonna find ourselves some hexing urns, which are essentially bombs that do dark damage. It's actually interesting that the developer decided to cleverly place it here, because there are these guys. These guys are quite pesky. I suggest you to run by them and run upstairs. They cannot hit you up in the elevation with their magic, but their magic has a bit of an area of effect, so do be careful of that. Now, what we're gonna do is use the newly purchased poison throwing knives, because I want to show you how overpowered they are. Another one? How resistant are they to poison? Are they immune to poison? I think they're immune to poison, guys. Alright, normally 4 of those would be enough to trigger... oops. A huge reaction that would cause them to die very fast, but it appears that they are actually very resistant to poison, which makes sense because they're in a poison pool and they don't get poisoned. Lauron's logic in a nutshell. Can we kill that guy without dying in melee? Yo! I didn't even open the gate? I'm an idiot. Suggest you to just circle around them. You should be fine for the most part. They're not that tough. Whenever they raise their hand, just start circling around them. Keep your shield up if you're unsure, because your shield might be able to block all the damage, or most of it, from harming you, but it will certainly stability break you. Now, because I'm a big ding-dong, I have to return up this ladder and pull the lever. Pull the switch! There we go. Which, surprise, surprise, opens the path to the next bonfire. That was actually rather quick, wasn't it? It's over here. By the way, Ring of Giants, I should read the description. Also the Skeleton Lord's soul. Let's do that now. The beloved ring of the gallant, shieldless Lothian, formerly of Orosa, increases poise. Lothian was born a peasant and died a general. His determination and diligence were unmatched, especially on the battlefield, where he earned his name by choosing to fight without a shield. Yeah, no kidding, he had poise. Alright, bonfire lit. Also, we need to read the description of the Skeleton Lord's soul. Soul of the Skeleton Lord, who reigned from deep within the Huntsman, Copse. The old Iron King commanded the capture of all undead, but those charged with the task were overcome by the curse. Use the special soul of the Skeleton Lord to acquire numerous souls or to create something of great worth. We're gonna explore the Copse, this area a bit later. The item that you see there is another fragment branch of yore that we want to get. But first we're gonna fight the boss and end the episode so that it doesn't take too long. I'm recording at 60 frames per second and Fraps is known to be eating those megabytes. These guys scare me so much. I need to always check if one attack is enough to break their poise, because these guys, as I call them, mini smos, they can kill you quite fast if they hit you. This guy in particular isn't the most clever man. And here we are in Earthen Peak, which is actually interesting, because usually when you enter Earthen Peak, you won't be getting the message that you're welcome to Earthen Peak until this point over here. There is some stuff to loot, and we will be looting them after boss in the next episode as soon as we start. We won't be going too deep into Earthen Peak until next episode, that's for sure. Come on, gent. Swear to God there was at least one other. Oh! Okay. Materialize out of nowhere. It's not my eyes playing tricks today, and it's not things materializing all of a sudden, is it? Those little mushroom men, by the way, these guys, they can poison you, so do be careful. Ow! They can also kick you. As long as you can combo wombo these guys, they're no trouble, but do be careful of their swings, they can hit hard. It's trapped. Yeah, I'm pretty confident it's completely random, the trap setting. It's completely random. Sometimes I get the crossbow trap here. 5 minutes of torch. Can't say no to that, guys. Can't say no to that. There is one more very interesting item down here. We're getting a lot of this in Harvest Valley, Skeptic Spice. This one in particular lowers required faith by 1 for chosen spell. A spice exuding a peculiar aroma. A spell demands devotion from its caster, but using this spice makes a chosen spell attainable with 1 less faith. Will only work with assistance from a certain person. The spice does not raise one's faith, but only obfuscates the requirement. So if you want to min-max a bit more, do not use these items. Use these items only for those spells that require a very high attribute. And the attribute stops scaling well. This next boss, it's Jabba the Hutt. Hello, Jabba. Alright. Equip iron arrows, destroy the pots. He's gonna focus down on the bodies that are in there. Equip your weaponry. When he's numbing, he is very resistant to attacks, but as long as one of these 4 corpses, or rather bodies, is around, he will absolutely not care about you. With some stamina management, this boss becomes a joke. As you can see now, he's resistant to attacks. Let him nom. And he's dead. That's all you have to do, guys. That's all you have to do. There were 2 more bodies even. Got the Covetous Demon soul, which we're actually gonna check. Saying demon and soul makes me want to play Demon Souls so much. I haven't played that game in years now. I completely forgot how to play it. Let's check the Covetous Demon soul. Soul of the Covetous Demon that devours all things. Eating is an expression of desire. There once was a man whose deep affections were unrequited. He is transformed into the Covetous Demon, which only made him lonelier than before. Use a special soul of Covetous Demon to acquire numerous souls or to create something of great worth. And up here, we're meeting our dearest Lucy. Hello, Lucy.
Still on the road, are you?
Yep.
Sorry to have burdened you so. This is for you, by way of an apology.
Thanks a lot, that is actually very useful.
I found my thoughts growing hazy. My memories are fading, oldest first. The curse is doing its work upon me. I am frightened. Terribly so. If everything should fade, what will be left of me? I had an older brother. We learned to fence together. He became the most decorated swordsman in all of Mirror. I never even compared to him. In fact, I never beat him. Not once. But then, one day, he was gone. Lost without a trace. Now I'm certain that he was taken by the curse. If only someone would hear my tale. My brother must have come here, too. Soon I may forget even about him.
So it implies that her brother actually went hollow. Is this it for her dialogue? Yes. Alright, let's go to Majula. There is another item that we haven't checked the description of, and that is the Gurm Great Axe. A great axe used by the nomadic Gurm. At first glance, this great axe appears crude, but with further examination, one sees the fine craftsmanship of Gurm blacksmiths. Quite heavy for a human, but swung about with reckless abandon by the Gurm. And Cloanne is here. Hello, Cloanne.
Oh, fancy meeting you here. Speak up if you need anything at all, alright? These stones may look all the same. Some of them are used to... Some of them are... None of the... You know how they call this place Drang Lake, right?
Yep.
Well, in the old lore, in stories and the like, they said it had another name. What was it? Well, I don't know. It's just something I heard. Since long, long ago, many kingdoms have risen and fallen on this very spot. Each like a great flame that turns to soot.
Oh, that's interesting what you said just there.
That's why people don't remember much about the past. You see that blacksmith over there?
Yep.
Is he one of those hollows? He seems to keep eyeing me up. He sort of looks like my father. He's a blacksmith too, you see. The poor man's such a worrywart. But he wouldn't follow me out here, would he? I was born in a land to the west, Volgan, famous for its merchants.
Just like Molen.
There were great, bustling cities, but for me, they were suffocating, and so I set out, in search of stones in faraway lands. There are dangers, for certain, but I much prefer to live this way. But, for the life of me, I can't remember how I ended up here. It's as if I were drawn to the place. Or lured in. Oh, I don't know. These stones may...
Alright. For the sake and purpose of her not being disappointed, I'm gonna buy one of these.
Visit me again, whenever you please.
She gives you, I believe, Twinkling Titanite, if you purchase up to a total amount of money.
I knew you'd be around soon. How goes your journey? Take these. They should help a bit.
Blacksmith's hammer, thank you.
Drat. You're worse than my reckless daughter. Don't spend your whole life in transit, you hear? You'll need souls to repair, and I know only of smithing. But so, don't waste your souls on useless trinkets. Think before you spend. My witless daughter finally came home. Just as oblivious as she's always been. Well, at least now I can keep an eye on her.
Oh yes, Cloanne is the flirtatious vagabond that he talked about early in the start of the game. Interesting though, there are a daughter and a father in the first game, and one complains about the other always moving around and not standing still. Only that this time around the roles are a bit inversed. Of course I'm talking about Sigmire and Sieglind. I might as well buy this. And let's see, reinforced weapon... No. I'm gonna reinforce this short bow. At least to +3. Maybe another ones. Yeah, let's do it another ones. Sure. And we're gonna reinforce my longsword to +6. 7. Which is actually a huge upgrade overall right now. It does scale very well and all that. We'll have to check that out. And that's gonna be it.
I'll be around if you make it back.
Thanks for that. Let's see now. I want to spend at least 1,000 souls at Molen. Let's not forget that. It's actually very useful to spend 1,000 souls because he will get new gear.
Oh, hello again. I hope you find something of...
That was the idea. Let's see, what can we buy? We have already all of this. I want 1,000. I won't exactly spend 1,000 souls, so I suppose I could go with infantry armor. Piece of basic minimal equipment, at least it's light and easy to use. No, don't buy 10 of them, please. For the love of God, don't. Let's buy also this. No. Pressing all sorts of buttons that I shouldn't be pressing.
Thanks very much. And do please come again.
He has actually three different merchandises that he will sell at certain points. If you spend 1,000 souls, he will move to the second merchandise spot. If you buy for 16,000 souls, he'll move to the third one. Let me see the armor that I just bought. Is it better? No, it's worse in every way. This one is better, but it's much heavier. This one is much better. It's not better, but it's better. And it makes me lighter. It goes below the 40% weight. So I'm gonna go with this armor, which is also an armor in the first game, in the first place. There's that. What else do we want to do? We're gonna level up a bunch.
Bearer of the curse seeks less.
Yeah, bearer seek last. Alright. Would love to level up a bit of that. And a bit of that. Get that agility to 93. Yeah, sure. I would also love to level up my dexterity a tiny bit. Just for extra damage. I am going long swords, which is a very quality item. And we're doing a lot of damage with it already. With both, in fact. You can see that scaling does not improve a lot with upgrades. It does matter, but it does not improve a lot. So there is that. Do I have any bear boots that are actually lighter? That would be too much to ask, wouldn't it? Well, that's not really that I need it, but still. I could go Chloranthe, really, but is there any use for it right now? Nah, not particularly. Now, what we're gonna do is go back to Earthen Peak. We're gonna skip, not Earthen Peak, Harvest Valley. We're gonna go to the mines of Harvest Valley, and we're gonna start next episode by exploring a bit, because there is a lot of gear. There is a lot of gear that we want to get in Harvest Valley. Among other things, there is also a covenant we're gonna join. So thanks everyone for watching, and until next time, be well. Wait, why don't I? Let's do a fist bump. Bye!